Mama, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Kidawida. If it is your first time here, karibu sana. This is where we explore, learn and speak Kidawida. My name is Masaka Mdawida Tiki. I am not only a lover of languages, but I am also a linguist. Welcome to today's episode. I believe that the setup of our classroom today speaks for itself. As you can see on my background, we have got some items, and that simply means that we are going to learn about the kitchen area and utensils in this episode. So without much ado, let's get started. The first thing that we are learning today here is the word Irikonyi. Irikonyi simply translates to the kitchen area. In Kiswahili, jikoni. That is a place where food is prepared. The next thing that I want us to learn today is the word iriko. Iriko simply refers to a cooker. We have got different types of cookers in Kidawida, and we are going to have a look at them. We will have photos so that we can see exactly what I'm talking about, and then we will learn some vocabulary out of it. So the first one is iriko jamafiga. That is the type of a cooker that involves 3 cooking stones. One cooking stone is called ifiga. The 3 of them are called mafiga. So that is the very first type of a cooker in Kidawida. Then we have this other type, as you can see on my screen. This is a jiko that is either made from clay or cement. For our case, this is made up of cement. So we are going to learn a lot of vocabulary that revolves around this jiko right here. But before that, let's look at the next type of jiko in Kidawida. We have iriko jamaka. That is the type of a cooker that uses charcoal, iriko jamaka. In Kiswahili, jiko la makaa. And the final one is iriko jagasi, definitely the modern one. And of course, it is a borrowed word, gasi, just from gas. So iriko jagasi. So now let's go back to our traditional model of the cooker. Let's learn a few things from that. So the first thing that we are learning from here is the term mbande. This type of jiko, and also the one that entails the 3 cooking stones, both of these use firewood, and that is what we are calling mbande. We have different types of mbande. We have one type which is known as mbalambala. This refers to the very tiny pieces of firewood that are used at the initial stage of lighting up the fire. They are called mbalambala, the very tiny ones. And then the very huge ones are called visinde, that is in plural. In singular, kisinde. So kisinde is the very huge trunk that is used when the fire has been lit. Let's look at the other thing that we are learning today. How do you say to light up fire? To light up the fire is kukora modo, yani kuwasha moto. That is kukora modo in Kidawida. And that takes us to the next vocabulary, modo. Modo is fire. Once the firewood has been burnt, it produces the hot charcoal, and the hot charcoal is called maka. Jiko la makaa also uses maka, so charcoal is still maka, whether it is hot charcoal or the one that has not yet been burnt. Both of them are charcoal. We call that maka in Kidawida. Now, once the charcoal has been burnt or the firewood has been burnt, it produces what we call ivu. Ivu definitely means jivu in Kiswahili, and in English that is ash. Let's look at the next thing that we are learning today. We have the word msherembe. Msherembe is the pipe which you can see on this photo, which is used to blow in air to the fire so that the fire can light up. That is called msherembe. And the act of blowing in air through the msherembe to light up the fire is called kufuria modo. That is the action, kufuria modo. Then we have the next word, which is kubuga modo. Kubuga modo simply refers to the act of covering hot charcoal using the ash, and that retains the heat. So this is mostly done in the night when people are going to sleep and they still want to come and light up the fire in the morning without using a matchbox. That is what they do. You cover the hot charcoal using the ash, and when you wake up in the morning, the hot charcoal will still be there. So that action of covering the hot charcoal with the ash to retain the heat is called kubuga modo. I hope that you have understood that. Let's look at the next thing that we are learning today. We have the word kibiriti. Kibiriti is a matchbox. Definitely a borrowed word from Kiswahili, which is kiberiti. Let's look at another section of the kitchen area. We have this region that is called Kai. Kai is also known as Mugambenyi. This is the region in the kitchen that is situated at the roof. So this is like the ceiling of the kitchen, and that area is usually used to store grains in most homesteads. So that region above the kitchen at the ceiling, which is used to store grains, is called Kai or Mugambenyi. I hope that you have understood what I mean by that. The next thing that we are learning today is Busiri. So Busiri simply refers to soot. That is the product that comes at the end when the fire has lit up and there is some smoke coming. So once the smoke piles up, it forms soot, and soot is called Busiri. And Busiri is also found at Kai, of course, on the outside part of Kai, and it is also found on the cooking pots, that is nyungu and the sufuria. But of course, we are coming to the items that are used in the kitchen shortly. So that is busiri, which is soot. We have something else that is called mlale. So once the soot has settled and is piling up, it forms something that is a little bit sticky. So whatever is formed from that is called mlale. It is formed from soot, and this is mostly seen at the kai as well, on the outside part where you have busiri. So the busiri piles up to form mlale. So you can see those stretchy things. That is what is called mlale. If I can find a photo, it will be inserted here. But if not, you can find out once you visit a Taita home that uses firewood. Let's look at the next section. So we are now going to look at the items that are found in the kitchen, items that are involved in preparing food in the kitchen. And these are utensils. Utensils are called vilambo in Kidawida, vilambo. That is utensils. So I have some of the utensils with me right here, and I will mention the name of the item, and then we move to the next one. So this item right here is called kikombe. That is in singular. In plural, vikombe. That is a cup or a mug. Then we have this one here, bakuli. Bakuli is a bowl. And then we have the next item right here, kichungio. Kichungio is a sieve. This is used to sieve tea leaves from tea when you're preparing chai, that is tea. Then we have this one here. This is sahani. Sahani, definitely a borrowed word. But before this modern sahani came to existence, we had what was called fuba. So fuba was a wooden plate that was used to serve food in the ancient days. We will insert a photo so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So fuba is the wooden plate that was used to serve food during the ancient days. And then we have sahani, which is the modern one. Definitely a borrowed word from Kiswahili. We have the next item right here with me. This is called ndaga. Ndaga is a knife. The next item is this one here. This is called uma, a fork. Definitely a borrowed word. Then we have this one, kijiko. Kijiko kiba, kijiko kitini. So these are spoons, a teaspoon and a tablespoon. In plural, vijiko. Singular, kijiko. One, kijiko. More than one, vijiko. So that is for the spoons. Then we have this item here. This is called gilasi. Gilasi. Definitely a borrowed word. Then we have this one here. We have this item here. This is called mwiko. Mwiko is a cooking stick. So look at this. This is mwiko. You can see it is bigger in size. Then we have another one right here with me. This is called luficho. So the difference between mwiko and luficho is the size. Mwiko is big in size and luficho is small in size. Then we have another item here. It's called luko. Luko is also like a serving spoon, a wooden serving spoon. As you can see, it has some kind of depression. That is called luko. Luko. And then we have sufuria. This is sufuria. This is sufuria used for cooking. So besides the sufuria, we have nyungu, which I definitely talked about in the previous episode. So nyungu is a pot. And then we have this one right here with me, ndogolo, a small pot mostly used to prepare stew. So ndogolo is the small pot, and then pots in general of bigger sizes are called nyungu, also used to prepare food in the kitchen. Then we have this item right here with me. This is called kikalango. Kikalango. Kikalango is used to prepare chapati. This is a pan that is used to prepare chapati. Let's look at some other utensils that I don't have on my table today. We have mpiricho. Mpiricho is a whisk. In Kiswahili, we call that kipekecho. Mpiricho. If you find a photo, we will insert it here. Mpiricho. It is called a whisk or kipekecho in Kiswahili. Then we have sinia. Sinia is the very wide, do we call it plate? Let me go with plate. So it's a very wide plate that is used to place ugali. That is called sinia. Then we have lufuniko. Lufuniko is a lid that is used to cover the cooking pot or sufuria when food is being cooked. That is a lid, lufuniko. And finally, we have the word Kidanga. Kidanga is an area which is used to place utensils after they have been washed so that they can dry. That is called Kidanga. Before I wind it up, we have this item right here. Fighters in the building, come to my rescue. Umudi godeka chapati le nakubanga bada. Umudi goboisa chapati nakubanga bada kwa Kidawida. So help me know what we call that rolling stick in Kidawida. So that is what I had prepared for today's episode. In case there is any item that I have left out, you can put it down on the comment section below. And thank you so much for tuning in. We are still selling our merchandise, and the round necks go for 800 Kenyan shillings. Children's round neck go for 600 Kenyan shillings. And the ones like what I'm having today, the polo necks, go for 1000 Kenyan shillings. So if you want to purchase yours, just hit my inbox with the number that has been provided on the screen. You can also DM me or come to my inbox in whichever platform. It could be TikTok, it could be Twitter, it will also be WhatsApp. Thank you so much for the continued support. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. Thank you so much for the feedback that you are giving me. I am so grateful and I really appreciate it. This is where we explore, learn, and speak Kidawida. See you in my next video. Bye!